Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jourdan Marino, head coach of the boys varsity gymnastics team for the Burlington High School. With me today is Kip Reed, all the way from Lebanon, Connecticut, a gymnastics extraordinaire. Kip, welcome to the BCAT studio.
Well, thank you, my friend Jourdan.
All right. Well, today's purpose is to go through these gymnastics meets from the 2020 and 2021 season. And basically what we're going to do is what has never been done before in the 50 years of Burlington High School boys gymnastics. And that is we are going to do some voiceover work with the actual meet. We're going to talk about some of the strategies that these gymnasts have been implementing. We're going to make some comments on things that they can fix. And basically, this podcast is going to serve as a tool for future gymnasts who want to join the team and understand what gymnastics is all about. For parents to understand what their kids are doing on the gymnastics team and how it's going, and especially for those who can't make it to the meets. You know, maybe some of these kids have family members or friends who are out of state or who can't make a meet, and so they're able to share these through many avenues of social media and such. And so what we're going to do is we are going to start this gymnastics meet from the 2020-2021 season. This was a scrimmage, and it was filmed January 15th, 2021, and we're going to start on floor exercise. And Kip Reed, I invite you to interject at any moment with any comments or compliments or needs improvement type of things as we go along. And without further ado, let's start this off. All right, who we have here? We have Stephen Papagno. This is his sophomore year on the gymnastics team. He's returning.
Got great jumping ability.
Oh yeah. So he has a past in gymnastics. He did gymnastics through the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department. So he developed a love for gymnastics a few years ago.
He's going into his corner now, looking classy.
Oh, yeah. With his second year now, he's had a couple upperclassmen he's looked up to, kind of show him the way in terms of having form and execution. His form and execution has certainly improved since last year.
Nice.
Okay, good job.
Nice job.
Good job, Stephen. One of the biggest things in gymnastics that people often forget is the form and presentation, and it actually is worth points. With the 4.2 on that routine was really good for Stephen. So up next we have Christian Patende. He is a sophomore, and this is his first year on the gymnastics team.
He starts off with a front tuck. It's a tough skill to learn in 1 year.
Absolutely. Very strong. He works out in the off season, and he is definitely showing his strength.
Going down his corner. Looking good. You can tell he's got springs in his legs.
Oh, yeah, he's got wheels, too. He's very fast athlete.
Looks like another front tuck coming up. Nice.
And I have to say that this second front tuck was better. He's got to work on that landing, but that's experience. This was his first gymnastics meet ever, and Christian did a really good job. Throughout the season, we could probably suspect that he's going to work more on those landings.
Yep.
And on those small tenths with every step he takes.
Little takeoff technique, too.
Exactly. Well, the 4.8, that's pretty good for Christian. Cam Noonan, he's a senior, and this is his first year on the team. He was actually a track star and was looking to do something during the winter his senior year.
Nice. First year, back tuck, pretty good.
Oh, yeah, this kid had guts, and he was very, very coachable, too. As you can see with those little extra steps.
Yep.
Lacks a little bit of the presentation.
Yeah.
But he makes up for it in his skills.
Nice front tuck, too.
A little relaxed in the corner.
Yeah, he needs a little polish there.
So with 2 round-off back tucks and 2 front tucks in his routine, he's got 4 Bs so far.
Yeah, he's got to learn to stick his stuff. There's a little slip. Looked like the rug slipped him up. Nice job, though.
Yeah, Cam Noonan. We're going to miss him next year. Man, if we had him for 4 years.
Jeez, imagine, huh?
He'd be one heck of a gymnast, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, the judge is ready.
And who's this, Jourdan?
Okay, this is Devin Hazen. Devin Hazen is a freshman, has a little history of gymnastics.
Yeah, I could tell.
But he hasn't done gymnastics in several years. He is a ninth grader. He's a freshman and hadn't done gymnastics in probably 4 to 5 years. And so a little bit taller, got more meat on the bones. To relearn gymnastics was a little difficult for him. But once the season started moving, he really started picking up moving.
Gymnastics is that kind of sport you have to do year-round or else you lose your precision.
Right. No, with a round-off back handspring, back tuck, and a front tuck, he already has 2 Bs and an A for the handspring. Another round-off handspring back tuck with a little bit of a step out of bounds.
He's out of bounds a little, but
The judge saw that, so it's going to be a little deduction. He's a little lost.
yeah, he looks
He's a
like
little lost.
he's got to get back in the corner.
There he goes.
There
Okay,
we
he's
go.
back on track now. It's okay.
Nice.
Now, this is his first meet competing for varsity high school gymnastics, and so
Got great tumbling
there's
skills.
definitely some nerves in there, but he's tumbling through it. He's depending on his skill, and it was an outstanding first floor routine for this young man's career.
I see a layout in the future there, round off back handspring.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on to Pommel Horse. We have senior and captain Charlie Gratton.
Tough event.
Pommel Horse is a tough event. A lot of strength and a lot of time on your wrists. You got some leg cuts over here.
Nice.
Excellent form in the knees and the toes.
And he traveled all 3 spots.
Yep. Lacked the dismount on there, but
Yeah.
as the season progresses, we'll see how that works out. 3-0 for a very, very basic stripped down routine. We got Anthony Luminello, who is another senior. Got a couple extra swings there on his leg cut work.
That's okay. Oh, nice hop to the end.
Now that hop, his hands have to touch before his legs.
Right.
His butt's not allowed to touch the horse too. So we'll see how the judge kind of works through that.
Kind of forgot to salute, too.
Right. Well, it's the season opener. So these,
Season opener.
Yep, that's
Polish is on the way.
Right.
There's a nice little loop at the end.
We got Benny Noyle here, who is a pommel horse specialist. He comes in and he works pommel horse all day, which is why he looks very comfortable up there. A lot of leg cut work, a lot of
Yep.
transitions,
Nice.
and a 3/4 circle off.
3/4 circle off. Very good. Good presentation, too.
Very good presentation. Now 5'2", he's rewarded for that presentation.
Yep.
Those locked knees, those pointed toes, the way the whole routine flowed through that. Now we have junior Nick Kim, who is a captain of the team, young captain, a junior. At only a junior, he's captain.
That's good.
He's got high scissors there. Got to work on the knees a little bit.
There we go. Nice dismount. 3/4 loop. Circle. Coach Marino giving him positive feedback.
Pommel horse is a tough event. Once you get circles, really, only once you get circles does pommel horse really take off.
Well, pommel horse, every other event in gymnastics goes upside down. Pommel horse goes around to the side, so it's a total different animal.
Right. Once you learn to swing with that momentum, it really opens a gateway to more skills. A little downtime in between gymnasts right now. Looks like we might be moving on to high bar next, but we'll just see what happens.
All right.
We're waiting for the score. That was a 4-8, which was pretty good. We had a couple stops, a few change of directions. All right.
Here we go.
Moving on to high bar, we have senior captain Charlie Gratton. Now, he's not a high bar guy. This was his first year really competing on high bar because we lost a lot of seniors last year who did high bar. And so he said, Coach, what can I do? I want to contribute in some way. Because if he didn't compete, we would have taken a 0.
Right.
And so whatever he could do, if it's worth it, which it was, we got some tap swings in there.
Nice. He gets a little swing going.
Yeah.
Got some future.
Yeah, well, he's a senior, so actually no. But as an alumni, he can come back. Now we have Anthony Luminello here, who's competed high bar a few times throughout his 4-year career. He's a big rings guy, so we'll look forward to seeing that later. He jumped up on the high bar and became a high bar specialist to help out the team with the scores.
There you go.
That's called the backup rise.
Backup rise.
Now in a support.
And another half turn. Hop his hands.
Paying attention to the form.
And let's see what he's got. Sticks that back off dismount.
Yep. A lot of the form translated from rings onto high bar, so we were lucky to have him join the high bar team. Now, Devin Hazen, you'll find that he's got outstanding form. And as the season goes on, he really transitioned into a decent high bar guy. Very curious to see how next season turns out for him. Kip, immediate cast back hip circle.
My favorite skill.
Underswing, back uprise, back hip circle, shoot out. Maintaining really good form. I think the judge is going to hit him, though, because his swings are not high enough.
Yeah, maybe. They should be bar level.
Right. And so, got a couple swings here. We'll see what his dismount is.
Nice flyaway.
It's a good flyaway and a good stick. Great presentation from Devin. Outstanding work.
Nice job.
Yeah, for a freshman,
Yep.
wonderful. I mean, he really delivered. Did a great job this season. This is only the first meet.
You have a young team or an old team, Jourdan?
This is a young team. We graduated a lot of seniors, and we had a lot of guys have to take events that they'd never done before. High bar is one of those events. It takes a rare type of breed to accelerate at high bar. It's a scary event.
It's like swinging is fun, though.
Oh, it absolutely is.
It used to be my favorite event.
Back uprise, back hip circle, shoot out. This is Nick Kim, junior captain. A couple half turns. He's paying attention to the form.
Yep, he's swinging about bar level, too. Nice three-quarter giant. And a swing half-turn dismount. Good stick.
Last year he competed giants, and at this point in the season, he wasn't ready to get back into those. Generally, he would go giant flyaway, and hopefully we'll see that in the future meets.
Yeah, it's tough when you take a long break in between seasons.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the nature of high school. Now, Charlie Gratton here is a senior P-bar specialist. Look at that LC.
Very nice. Nice and level to the floor. Good shoulder stand.
Great shoulder stand, nice and straight. Going to fall out of this and go into a back uprise, but doesn't quite finish higher than the bars.
Nice change of direction.
We have another L seat. Should be 3 seconds. It was a little short of 3 seconds on that. The judge might hit him.
About 3. Got to point those toes a little harder.
That's right, and they'll take a few tenths off from that.
Especially with those black socks.
Charlie Gratton.
Nice job.
Charlie Gratton. We got to get him a dismount, though. We got to give him a dismount. Off to the side on the vault was Joe Giannino, who's our new assistant coach. That's right. Last year, head coach Rich Bazuski retired. I took his position as head coach, and we brought in Joe Giannino. This is Devin Hazen again, freshman, with a strong L seat.
Yep.
A lot of strength.
Good Kip.
He boxes on the off season, so he's always doing something to stay in shape, and we can see that.
Yeah, he's a strong kid.
There you go, Devin. Put it up.
Good shoulder stand.
Some people don't realize how hard it is to just push your body upside down on a couple of sticks.
It could be very discouraging, especially for freshmen who try to get in here and do the basic things.
Yep.
But, you stick with it. Because even the veteran staff, dismount is going to get a deduction for that. Even the veteran gymnasts, rather, they come back out of shape, and then they have to relearn that strength for the basic stuff. Okay, 4-6 on that. We have senior Anthony Luminello, who really enjoys T-bars. This kid's got arms.
Yep. You can tell by the ease he goes up into the shoulder stand.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a rings guy, too, and that strength really transcends to this. A nice high L seat. Maybe the judge will give him a V seat on that, which will be worth a little bit more.
Yeah.
Get that straddle, press into the shoulder stand, straight line.
He comes out of the shoulder stand. Good. He was a little low on that back uprise.
Yeah, that back uprise has to happen in that full swing in the back for them to get credit for that. Which is why, that's the difference between being in the 4s and the 5s.
Yep.
Those big swings into skills. Junior, Nick Kim and captain, last up on P-bars. A glide kip to a back swing.
Nice.
To a moy. Back uprise, little legs on that handstand, and he missed it.
Yeah.
Second attempt, and he missed it again.
Almost.
So each extra swing is going to be a deduction for him, and they will not give him the handstand unless he shows control on holding it, which is why he got hit a lot on deductions for that.
How he seemed to be short on skills too, a little bit.
Oh yeah, and they'll give you deductions for that too. Now, as we go on to vault, we have freshman Juan. Here he goes, and
Nice.
he sticks the landing with a little bit of an extra step. His first year on the team and a freshman.
And it's not easy to straddle that table.
No, it's not. It is not. You got to run hard. You got to get that chest up and block off the table. 6'5" is pretty good considering start values about around 7'2".
Very good.
Stephen Papagno, sophomore year. His first time competing a front handspring on vault.
Very nice.
Very, very tucked. But I will tell you this. This kid, he's learning how to run fast, and it is very inspiring to see him go over the table the way he does.
Speed and vaulting is the key.
Right. And we can probably expect to see him straighten that front handspring out as the season progresses. We got Christian Patende, sophomore and first year on the team, competing a front handspring on vault.
That was better.
Yep.
Little hops on the landing, but...
Right, for first year on the team going over in front handspring, he was rewarded for that at a 7'2" with a straighter body.
Yeah.
You could probably expect him to run faster as the season progresses. Senior, first year on the team, Cam Noonan, with a pretty decent run and a little round going over the table.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all because his legs were straight.
Yeah, his legs were straight and his arms were more bent.
Yep.
But nice job.
Okay, Devin Hazen, freshman, first year in the high school varsity boys gymnastics team with a solid run.
Very nice run.
And a straight body over the top of the table.
Good job.
Probably get a little more distance, but that's fine. Yeah. 7-4, that's a good score.
Very nice.
First scrimmage, first meet. Nick Kim, junior.
And you can see how the speed down the runway makes them a better vaulter.
Oh, yeah. That's some good speed right there.
That was great speed.
7-8. Ooh, that speed and that straight line and that projection off that vaulting table really gives it to you.
Go, Devin.
Here we are. The final event, rings. The still rings.
This is where the studs show up.
So we have freshman Devin Hazen getting on the rings. Judge allows the coach to assist with the first grip.
Yeah.
And his routine begins the moment the coach steps away. The straight body right up to inverted hang, down to a German hang. First two elements in his routine.
Wow. Back up rise.
Right, from one swing, too.
Yep, very nice.
L-seat's a little
Go,
short.
Devin.
Very good control. Even though the rings are swinging a little, he kept his composure.
Well, that's where his strength and experience comes in. Now, these are called in-locates.
Yep.
A little crooked, but he pushed through it, though.
He got through it.
You got to give him credit. That's not easy.
That's part of the ring work is to try and keep those things from swinging around, and it's not even easy for Olympians.
No, the bigger you swing, the harder it is to keep it straight. We have senior this is senior Charlie Gratton, senior and captain, with a few swings into a solid back uprise L seat.
Very nice.
And a nice, slow, calm, in control shoulder stand.
Very good. Drops down. Ooh, another uprise.
Go, Chuck.
That's
when your arms start to get a little tired at the end of the routine.
That's why it's important not to practice skills, but to practice the endurance. Shoulder stand here.
He's showing good control. Oh, and a back tuck from support.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tough dismount.
He had just learned that and had been 5'6" is a good reward for that, especially with those extra swings in there. Okay, senior Anthony Luminello on his event.
Let's see what he starts with. Ooh, Kips on rings.
Yeah,
Not
tough.
Very easy.
Yeah, a little bit of a grip malfunction there, but he pushed through it. Not easy to rechange that grip on those rings.
No, that's for sure. You're stuck on there, basically.
Yeah, you cannot pick one hand up even for a second. So, a couple in-locates. Now, those in-locates are worth more if they're straight.
Right. He's piking at the hips, but like you said, this is the first meet.
Right. First meet.
They're looking good, Jourdan.
Thank you very much. A lot of hard work these guys put into it. A nice landing on that.
You
by
can
Anthony
tell they
Luminello.
worked hard. Rings is not an easy event.
No, so like high bar, you can't just walk up and compete. You can't just walk up and compete on those events.
No.
And the biggest thing the biggest challenge that these kids had this year, Kip, was that with the whole COVID thing going on, generally we begin the season right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But we had to postpone that to kind of get all the restrictions in order, make sure that all the kids were going to be participating safe on all these guidelines that were directed from the state, and then back to the athletic director, and then to the school, and then back through the athletic director, and back through the state again.
Jeez.
There was a lot of running around. Happening months before the season even started. And that's something that we have to kind of appreciate and look back on, knowing that, yes, it wasn't ideal the way the season
And
ran.
it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy at all, but it was undoubtedly a gift for the boys to have a season. Now, this, I don't know if you know this or not, Kip, but the judge, Jim Hayes, his father started the team 50 years ago from last year.
Yes, I was aware of that.
This is the 50th year that Burlington High School had a season.
It's an amazing accomplishment.
It is, because I don't know about Connecticut, because you're from Connecticut. You've been in Connecticut your whole life?
Yes.
Well,
I grew up in New York, and New York has a couple of teams in New York City left, but that's about it. And Connecticut had about 15 to 20 boys' high school teams, and they're all gone now. So for a boys' program to stick around for 50 years is a real plus for not only the gymnastic community, but for the community itself. That says a lot about Burlington, the town of Burlington, to keep this show going.
Right, thank you. And and it goes beyond the athletes and the coaches. It's the infrastructure that Burlington allows this, where we have the support of the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department.
Yep.
Introducing gymnastics to the boys and girls of Burlington, and then it goes up to the next level, to the high school, is having the infrastructure and administration at the high school also supporting gymnastics, so we're able to do this. Gymnastics equipment is very expensive. We have brand new state of the art P bars, as you saw in the meet. And we have a brand new state of the art ring rig, because the previous ones were just outdated.
The table looks new.
Years ago they changed the vaulting table from the long horse to the vaulting table. And this year we were very fortunate to have a season, and we do not take it for granted. And we're very thankful for everyone who participated and helped support us maintain a safe season in all the sports, not just gymnastics.
Yeah, you're lucky that the town of Burlington is supporting you, because even major universities across the country are dropping their gymnastic programs. And
Right.
One of the powerhouses of the college world, University of Minnesota, all of a sudden they said, hey, no more. So it's quite a feat, and to do it for 50 years is an amazing job.
Now,
good for you carrying on the tradition, Jourdan.
Well, thank you very much. Now, what was your history in gymnastics? Did you compete in boys gymnastics, or did you just begin as a coach and stay in that way?
Oh no, I started my high school career in New York, and I did 4 years of high school. I went on to Southern Connecticut State University, which was a college back then. So we had quite a good team. We had an Olympic level coach. His name was A.B. Grossfeld, who competed in a couple of Olympics. And I was fortunate enough to be on a team with a bunch of great guys, and we were Division II national champions. So
now, what you're going to have to forgive me, but I'm pretty sure people want to know.
That was a long time ago, 1973.
1973. Okay, just 4 years after we landed on the moon. And we're on Mars now, Kip.
You bet, baby. Well, we were doing some sky-high gymnastics back then. So,
now, what was the equipment like back there? I mean, not much has changed in certain aspects of gymnastics, but when you look at it technical-wise, a lot has changed.
Oh, geez.
These routines that these high school kids that you just saw in the scrimmage.
What
would you say to that if you saw this 50 years ago?
Oh, my God. These guys
50 years ago.
These guys are doing great. 40, 50 years ago, I did my floor routine on a basketball court. So for the school to have this kind of equipment there, they have a full floor mat, and it's a beautiful carpet on it. I did those front tucks and back tucks on a wooden floor, so as a result, I needed a couple of knee replacements down the road, but it's a sport that you really, really get hooked on because it's fun to fly.
Oh, yeah.
And you really, really enjoy doing the flying under your own power. It's you that propels yourself into the air or off the high bar or off the rings. And it's, I often call it the first extreme sport. We have a lot of guys flipping on bikes now and flipping on skis and different kinds of sports. But it's
I never thought of it that way. You're right. The first extreme sport. Because basketball is tough. It takes talent. It takes experience and practice. But it's not extreme.
Right.
Right. And so when you look at gymnastics and projecting your body through the air.
Yeah, back in the
extreme,
in the 70s, I had some teammates that were very, very talented athletes, and they were doing double backs, and there were no under this floor now. There's about 5,000 springs. We didn't have springs under the floor, and we had guys doing double backs on a floor with just a mat on it. And the other athletes, like the track stars and the basketball players, said, "God, you guys are crazy." But it was fun. It was a great trip, and it's a great sport. I coached for 40 years, and even if the kids that I had, the children that I had that I coached, if they didn't really excel in gymnastics, they went into another sport and were just phenomenal at it because they were strong and they were flexible. And that's a great component for
any sport.
Crossing over to any sport.
Absolutely.
And the discipline that gymnastics teaches you is, it's a hard sport, so you can't, try something one time and get it unless you're a phenomenal athlete, like maybe Simone Biles. But
sure.
Other than that, I mean, you have to work in order to get your skills.
And that's where I feel a lot of appreciation is obtained in high school boys gymnastics, is because 95% of these athletes, including myself as a high school gymnast, they walk in freshman year curious or hear about it through a friend or a coach, and when they come out for the team, they've never done it. And when you take a freshman boy who is they're starting to get taller, they're starting to fill out more, and they're clunky the way they are.
Right.
Now you take them and you teach them gymnastics in 12 weeks because we're only a winter sport, and we don't get many club kids at all.
Right.
And so to homegrow these kids at 12 weeks, it's it's very demanding on them.
Well, fortunately for you, you were a gymnast here, and you know what it was like. And from being a gymnast and going into the coaching world, when your gymnast learns skill, you as a coach are just about as excited as they are to get it.
For sure. Oh, it's like reliving the moment.
Oh, it's awesome. So it's a great sport for anybody to try, and hopefully you get a good turnout next year with this. Well, we're doing this for awareness of the sport, and
for sure,
and that it's there, and the people in Burlington are very lucky to have a gymnastic program that they can check out.
Well said. Well said. Well, this was our first in a series. This was a scrimmage meet, January 15th, 2021. And with me today was Kip Reed. My name is Jourdan Marino, the head coach of the boys high school gymnastics team. And we hope to see you next time for our next episode of Talking with Gymnastics. We'll see if we can get Kip back here into the BCAT studio. A big shout out to the BCAT for being here to support gymnastics.
Yeah.
And recording all of these meets and doing all the editing and letting us use this brand new vlog station by Roadcaster Pro. In addition, I'd like to do a quick plug on the boys gymnastics team. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We appreciate your support, and with hopefully the COVID restrictions dropping by next year, fingers crossed, we hope to see you coming out to our gymnastics meet. Kip, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Jourdan. It was my pleasure.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.